signature characteristic of our... Sorry. That was pretty impressive, wasn't it? Sorry, I'm going to start over. Hey.
Nice.
Get out of here.
That's the most persistent I've ever seen.
What do you think, Gibbs?
That is very good.
Now, where were we?
Sponsored by the National Republican Committee for the Election of Non-Poopy Presidents.
I have nothing against China. I just hate that their leaders are so much smarter than our leaders. 2016, we will not be the world leader anymore. We have been always.
But in
2016, China becomes the great economic leader.
Even if Mitt Romney is elected, he says that
maybe you can turn it around.
Well, do you think he can turn it around?
I think we can.
Do you think Mitt Romney can turn it around?
I think he can.
As a line of clothing. Now, where were these made?
These were made, I don't know where they were made, but they were made someplace. But they're great. It's ties, shirts, cufflinks, everything sold at Macy's, and they're doing great. #1 selling tie anywhere in the world.
#1 selling tie anywhere in the world.
Shirt,
you wouldn't wear that shirt?
We also have them in white and beautiful white.
Where are the shirts made? Bangladesh.
Well, it's good.
Okay.
We employ people in Bangladesh.
Ties? Where are the ties
they
made?
Have to work
These are
too.
beautiful ties.
They are great ties.
The ties are made in where? China? Ties are made in China.
Well, I'll tell you, and you know what, David, in all fairness, I've been very open about that, and not all of them, by the way, but I've been very open about that. Are you okay? Is the
no,
chair
I'm
was
fine.
Made in China.
Yeah, I know.
The chair was made in China.
Was made in China.
You buy that at Macy's, by the way.
Let's just shut down the Donald Trump factory in Beijing.
I would love to.
And we'll put up a tie factory in Jamaica, Queens.
I love it.
And we'll make the Donald Trump ties.
I'm for it.
Get out of here.
That's the most persistent fly I've ever seen. Nice.
Now, where were we? That was pretty impressive, wasn't it? I got the second. What do you think, Gibbs?
That is very good. It's right there.
Right there. You want to film that? There it is.
Big deal. Mr. Miyagi did it with chopsticks. The fly was smooshed, wound up on the floor. After the interview, the president bent over and picked the dead fly up with a napkin. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be Jeff Goldblum.
Sony's a corporation. It suffered significant damage. There were threats against its employees. I am sympathetic to the concerns that they faced. Having said all that, yes, I think they made a mistake. Again, I'm sympathetic that Sony, as a private company, was worried about liabilities and this and that and the other. I wish they'd spoken to me first. I would have told them, do not get into a pattern in which you're intimidated by these kinds of criminal attacks. That there are bad people out there who are trying to do us harm, and we've got to have the strongest military in the world, and we occasionally have to twist the arms of countries that wouldn't do what we need them to do if it weren't for the various economic or diplomatic or in some cases military leverage that we had. If we didn't have that dose of realism, we wouldn't get anything done either. So
there are bad people out there who are trying to do us harm, and we've got to have the strongest military in the world, and we occasionally have to twist the arms of countries that wouldn't do what we need them to do if it weren't for the various economic or diplomatic or in some cases military leverage that we had. If we didn't have that dose of realism, we wouldn't get anything done either. So
I want to thank President Obama for being on the show.
I'm going to press this.
Don't touch that, please.
So my response then continues to be what I believe today, which is Russia's actions are a problem. They don't pose the #1 national security threat to the United States. I continue to be much more concerned when it comes to our security with the prospect of a nuclear weapon going off in Manhattan, which is part of the reason why the United States, showing its continued international leadership, has organized a forum over the last several years that's been able to help eliminate that threat in a consistent way.
Mit dem Angriff Steiners wird das alles in Ordnung kommen. Sie nennen sich Generale, weil Sie Jahre auf Militärakademien zugebracht haben, nur um zu lernen, wie man Messer und Gabel hält. Jahrelang hat das Militär meine Aktionen nur behindert. Es hat mich jeden nur als wichtigen Widerstand in den Weg gelegt. Ich hätte gut daran getan, vor Jahren alle höheren Offiziere liquidieren zu lassen, wie Stalin.
President Barack Obama landed at Homestead Air Reserve Base, Florida on 7 March 2014. Homestead ARB's wing commander, Colonel Funk, was the first to greet the President and the First Lady. Colonel Funk later said what an honor it was to meet the President and the First Lady. Before leaving, the President was able to visit with a few airmen and distinguished visitors.
I realized that I was one of maybe 15, 20 from the entire base that were out here to greet him, so I definitely felt blessed to be out here. So,
prior to departing South Florida, President Obama's agenda included speaking with students at a local high school and vacationing in the Florida Keys. 42nd Fighter Wing Public Affairs Office, Technical Sergeant Lionel Castellano.
And we aim to help tens of thousands of young Africans access the skills and resources they need to put their ideas into action. So the point of all this is we believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in every one of you who are doing just extraordinary things, like Adebeju Jayoba. In Nigeria, there's Adebeju. In Nigeria, she saw a close friend die during childbirth. She now helps train birth attendants and delivers kits with sterile supplies and helping to save the lives of countless mothers and their babies. So we want to thank Adebeju. We want her to save even more lives.